recitation called Paud O'Donoghue, which was about a blacksmith in County Meath in 1798, when there was a big push for Irish freedom, which was a continuation of the French Revolution, when they fought for liberty, fraternity, and equality. And they were trying to push those ideals and reforms into Ireland. And Paud O'Donoghue was a blacksmith who was making croppy pikes for the Irish against the various regiments of the British Army in County Meath. The Yeomans were in Dunshaughlin, the Hesians were in Dunray, and spread through Fairminalty were the Fencibles of Ray. Rodin's godless troopers ranged from Skrean to Mullaghoo. The pikeheads first were hammered out by Paud O'Donoghue. Young Paud he lived a happy life, and he gaily sang each day. Beside his ringing anvil some sweet old Irish lay. And he roamed light-heartedly at eve through the woods of lone Keelbrew, with her who had given her pure heart's love to Paud O'Donoghue. But 98's dark season came, and Irish hearts were sore. The pitch cap and triangle the patient folk outwore. The blacksmith he thought of Ireland, and he'd found he'd work to do. I'll forge some steel for freedom, said Paud O'Donoghue. And though the Yeomans were in Dunshaughlin, and the Hesians in Dunray, though spread through Fairminalty were the Fencibles of Ray, though Rodin's godless troopers ranged from Skrean to Mullaghoo, the pikeheads keen were hammered out by Paud O'Donoghue. And so in Curraghaw each night was heard the anvil's ring, while scouting on the roadway were Hugh and Phelim's king, with Gillick's Mat, Duffy's Pat, and Mickey Gileston too, while in the forge for Ireland worked Paud O'Donoghue. But then a traitor crept amongst them, and the secret soon was sold to the captain of the Yeoman for the ready Saxon gold. And a troop burst out one evening from the woods of lone Keelbrew, and soon a rebel prisoner bound was Paud O'Donoghue. Now, Pádraig Og, pray fervently, for thine earthly course has run. For the captain he has sworn, you'll not see tomorrow's sun. The muskets they are ready, each yeoman's aim is true. Death stands beside your shoulders, Paud O'Donoghue. Down on your knees, you rebel dog, the yeoman captain roared, as high above his helmet crest he waved his gleaming sword. Down on your knees, to meet your doom, such is the rebel's due. But straight as pike shaft for him stood Paud O'Donoghue. And there upon the roadway where in childhood he had played, he stood before the captain quite undismayed. I kneel but to my God above, I ne'er shall bow to you. You can shoot me as I'm standing, said Paud O'Donoghue. Well, the captain he gazed in wonder, and then he lowered his keen-edged blade. A rebel bold, as this he cried, it is fitting to degrade. Here, man, he cried, unbind him, for my charger he needs a shoe, for the king shall have a workman in this O'Donoghue. Now to the forge young Paud has gone, and the yeomen they guard the door, and soon the ponderous bellows are heard to snort and roar. The captain stands with reins in hands, while Pádraig fits the shoe, and when 'tis on full short a shrift he'll give O'Donoghue. Well, the last strong nail is firmly clinched, and the captain's horse is shod. Now, a rebel bold, thine hour is come, prepare to meet thy God. But why holds he the horse's hoof? There is no more work to do. Why clenches he the hammer, Paud O'Donoghue? A leap and a roar and a smothered groan, and the captain drops the reins and sinks to earth with a hammerhead sunk deeply in his brain, and lightly on his saddle, racing Torskeel brew, upon the captain's charger sits Paud O'Donoghue. A volley from the pistols, a rush of horses' feet. He's gone, and none can capture the captain's charging fleet.
Charger.
And on the night wind backwards comes a mocking loud halloo, which tell the yeoman that they have lost Paud O'Donoghue.
Woohoo!